Good afternoon, folks. I'm Michael. This is Luke. Here we are on We Are the Game, and we are going to do a new segment called Never Tell Me the Odds. In this segment, I'm going to ask Luke a question so that he can define me and do exactly that and tell us the odds about a number of different scenarios we've come up with that'll take place during the upcoming season. So with that, let's jump right in. All right, number one. Which sophomore quarterback is most likely to take his team the farthest during this upcoming season? Jayden Daniels of the Commanders, Drake Maye of the Patriots, McCarthy perhaps of the Vikings, or Bo Nix of the Broncos? What do you think?
Wow, let's see. I love this idea actually quite a bit. I'd love for Drake Maye to be the answer to this question, but I think of the four, he's probably got the lowest odds. I'm completely honest. It's not because he's the worst. I actually like some of what he did. I just don't think they're quite there yet. I think they were on like a 2-year rebuild to get to the point, where they're really contending for playoff spots and such. That meaning 2026, if things go smoothly or as planned, will be more their year. JJ McCarthy's coming into a team that was 13-4 last year. 13-4. Yeah, 13-4 last year. And Bo Nix played great in year one, and it looks like Denver got even better. And then you got Jayden Daniels, who was in the NFC Championship last year. So you've got 3 teams here that really stand out, and I'd love to be able to make the case for it being the Patriots, but I don't think they're there quite yet. So I'll just eliminate B right off the bat. But the other 3, we've had talks multiple times about, I feel like Washington's going to come down just a notch this year. Really tough schedule, tough division that's getting healthy again. Dallas isn't going to be as bad or is beat up, or bad because they're beat up. But I don't trust JJ McCarthy yet because I haven't seen him in the regular season. So I like some of his college tape, but I can't quite get behind making that choice just yet. So I'm going to go with Bo Nix. I really liked him coming out of college, and then he lived up to my expectations. One worry was his arm, and he was really slinging it last year. He had some deep ball passes. And so I'll take D, the Vikings, final answer. Sorry,
like it.
Ripping off the wrong show there, but you get the idea.
No, it sounds good. I appreciate that. And you're going to see a theme. Once I got on this whole sophomore quarterback thing, I kind of stuck there a bit. All right. So which second-year quarterback who started fewer than 8 games will end up with the best season overall? And you can take season to be wins. You can take seasons to be stats, any number of ways. And there are some potential long shots on this one. But I thought I'd throw them on here because who knows?
Well, this might have been a wires crossed in your head or something like a Bo Nix, I think, started the entire year. So I'll eliminate him.
Well, I tried to leave one easy one on there.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I need it. So for this one, we'll have the best season. Now, are you talking real quick? Are you talking stats? Are you talking wins?
I was going to kind of leave that up to you because I thought if I said stats, I could go one way. If I said wins, I might go a different way.
So let's see. Not A and not D. Spencer Rattler probably won't even play. They also didn't they draft a guy? Yeah, they did. Who did they draft?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my brain is blanking on who they drafted as well. I honestly doubt that Spencer Rattler ever sees the field again on a starting or in a starting capacity ever again, or at least I wouldn't. I think I'd start. I think I might start Nathan Peterman over him.
Fair.
Michael Penix Jr. or JJ McCarthy is really tough. Because unlike a lot of other people, I didn't always love what I saw from him, and Atlanta's kind of weird. They just things are weird there. So I'll take JJ McCarthy here to have the best year of the kind of 3 options. But yeah, I would take, as we mentioned in the last one, I would take Bo Nix if he fit into this. But but I'll take JJ McCarthy over Michael Penix. I'm excited to see what Penix does. We have such a small sample size of left-handed quarterbacks that I kind of want him to do well. And that's a weird reason, but it's just like kind of rooting for the guy. So,
Totally.
but yeah, I'll take JJ McCarthy here.
Yeah, and I think with Penix, it's like you hear all these raving reviews from the Atlanta crew, it sounds like, down there. But yeah, it's hard to know what to go with. And as you already pointed out previously, the Vikings finished so well. They just seem to be such a balanced team that, yeah, I think similarly, I thought between Bo and him, I would assume it's still Bo. Again, it goes wins versus stats. But yeah, I think that could be an interesting challenge. And like you already pointed out, Penix is an unknown.
Well, and
All right.
one last thing, JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
None of these other guys have Justin Jefferson.
Yes. Yeah.
So
that's a small thing.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Which division winning team from last year is most likely to finish last in their division?
Bills, Ravens, Rams, or Bucks. You're setting me up here to be a homer pick. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, so the Bills would be unlikely because I think both really all three teams are just worse. Not worse than they were necessarily last year. I think the Patriots got better, but I don't think they got enough better to win the division. I think the Dolphins are treading water on the verge of collapse. Like, I think, that coach may be the first one to get fired this coming season.
Sure.
I mean, who are we kidding? It's gonna be the Giants coach. But I mean, other than that, and then you've got the Jets. The Jets. So I'll say it's not going to be A. Like this, it's the amount of things they would have to have go wrong. I don't even know who their backup is now. Is it Mitch Trubisky or something? Like I'd have to look.
It was, yeah. And
I think
we're thinking along the same lines there.
I think they'd have 8 wins with Mitchell Trubisky, and so it's just like, it won't be the Bills. Similar with the Ravens. The Ravens are actually a little closer if it weren't for the Browns. See, part of the criteria for this is you got to be kind of like a division without a stinker in it. And the Ravens have the Browns. So the Browns will save the Ravens from being the bottom. They will finish no worse than third. The Bucks, I'll skip down to the Bucks. The Bucks are in a terrible division. The Saints are on the verge of collapse. They started out so red hot last year. What was it, 90 points in the first 2 games or something like that?
Yeah.
But then they were terrible. The Panthers look like they're getting better, but they have a history kind of not too dissimilar from the Cardinals. And so I'm always worried that they're going to just be like, oh, never mind, we're back to 3 wins. I don't really trust the Falcons yet, though I think they should be better than last. So I'll say, and then you got the Rams, and in a combination of, they obviously have doubts about Matthew Stafford, which is why he had to twist their arm to get a 1-year deal. And they struggled at points last year. I mean, they were one play away they were one play away from making the NFC Championship. They were one play away from not making the playoffs at all. And so I'll have to pick them. And also, they have a division with other teams that should be at least solid. Like, there's not one projected stinker in the division. San Francisco had to have an avalanche of bad things happen for them to have the bad season they had last year. I just don't see that happening again. So I will take C and just go with the Rams. And I swear I'm not projecting too much, but maybe a little.
Well, and to be fair, when I started this one out, I wasn't really sure where it was all going to lay out. But the minute that I was like, well, wait a second, it probably is. And I agree with you, but I do think that there are other teams there that potentially, where, kind of like you were talking about. I feel like the Bills and all that. Who knows? We'll see how that plays out. Should they, and not that I would wish that on any team, have significant injuries to their quarterback in particular. We'll see. We'll see how that one plays out. Nice one. Let's see. I do have a selfish one coming up here. It won't be hard to figure out. Okay. This one is all simply the number of compliments that Stephen A. Smith gives to Dallas when one is deserved, that is void of any excuse or added commentary about how they're actually horrible, but he has forced to give them a compliment. I'm going to give you the options of 1, 2, 5 are never going to happen. So
So yeah, it'll be never going to happen. So he will compliment players or an action that they do sometimes, but it'll be like, they actually did really well in drafting blah 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 blah, but they're stupid here because of all these other things that he comes up with. Like that's how he is with the Cowboys.
True.
Like it is always sugar with a side of salt, if there's any sugar at all.
Yeah.
Like even the most recent thing, the George Pickens trade. Right. I think everyone knows, like, it's like locker room issues have come up, and that's fine. Everyone's aware of that. But there's some positives, but maybe locker room issues. That's kind of the low hanging fruit version of this. For him, it's just locker room issues. He's just a poison pill. Like there's no positive even possible because it's Dallas. And so, yeah, I would give you a 0 here. It's not going to happen. I think that other franchises in Dallas, like the Mavericks and such, like they gain flack just because of the Cowboys. So it's not going to happen. You're going to get a 0.
Yep, I would agree. There's no. I mean, that was low hanging fruit though. All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, here's one for you. What do you think the point differential for the Arizona Cardinals? I want to say theirs was like plus 29 last year, something like that. What will the point differential be for the Arizona Cardinals this season if you had to throw one out? And those are plus 20, plus 50, plus 100, or you think they'll find a way to go in the negative?
I don't even know what they were this last season, to be completely honest. Do you have that right there with you?
Yeah, I think it's plus 29. Plus 29.
They were plus 29. Okay.
Yeah,
then I'd probably go with B without breaking down their entire offseason. The short version is it looks like we're running it back on offense, and hopefully they'll hone out a little bit more. Kyler will get a little better in the offense. Marvin Harrison Jr. is adapting to the role and so on. But the defense looks like it's improved pretty significantly. So even more than our points scored going up should hopefully be our points allowed coming down. Combine that with a slightly easier, theoretically, schedule than last year. I'll go B 50, that we improve somewhat. And that number of strikes is just about right. I'd love for it to be C, but even my level of delusionalism doesn't quite go that far. So I'll just go B with 50.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. And I have reasons I could convince myself that y'all could be in the C category, but I think B is a safer bet there. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Last but not least, what are the odds that Saquon Barkley finishes 2025 as the league's rushing leader? If you had to throw him out there, 5%, something holds him back and he can't do it. 20%, he cracks the top 5 but isn't number 1. Or he's the dark horse candidate with the right system. Or he stays healthy and the Philly leans heavily on him. What do you think?
Essentially, the answer for me is probably the second one. It's probably 20%. He cracks top 5, but not number 1. And that could be due to injury. So if you miss 3 games, then that's it. You're probably out of number 1, because that's 400 or 500 yards that you're missing. It's 300 to 500 yards that you're missing out on. Right. And that could happen so easily. And it's part of the miracle it was last year for him. I was maybe tragedy for a Cowboys fan, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
It was part of what was amazing about it was he was able to stay healthy. In fact, I think he did what he did in 16 games because he didn't play in the last one because they had like a shot to beat the record, but so it can just make such a big difference. So I would take B here. Philly, I mean, the D is technically accurate in its description. Well, as far as Philly leaning run heavy, they've made that a point of emphasis that that's what they're going to do. And they're built around it. They have that huge offensive line and so on. So he's in the right system for the C option. Like it's clearly working well for him and his ability. But A, I don't think there's anyone that I'm worried about him sharing carries with that's gonna take us down. So even after going back over all the options again, I'll take B. He should be in the top 5. In fact, I'd have him as 2 or 3. Don't ask me who 1 is. I just think that if he misses any time, like 3 games with a twisted ankle or something like that, or a ankle sprain or something, then that would knock him out, or whoever that would knock someone out at first. And Derrick Henry's still running strong, and we got a bunch of young guys that look good. And so, yeah, I'll take B.
Taking B. All right, excellent. Well, that's all the excitement I had to do today. Yeah, we'll have some more next week.
Nice.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Like and subscribe, and all those clicky things are always appreciated. Yep. See y'all later.